G'day, Dave here, the Enlightened Plumber, with today's quote. You must learn a new way to think before you can master a new way to be. You must learn a new way to think before you can master a new way to be. This is from Marianne Williamson. So let's dive right in here. Okay, thinking or learning to think a new way. This is about taking stock of where you might be right now in life and determining whether you're happy with that, whether it could be a little bit better, whether it could be much better, or whether in actual fact you're super happy with where you are and it could be a whole lot worse, so you've got a lot of gratitude. Most people that I know, including myself, would take stock and look and sort of sit back and say, okay, here I am right here. I could be here, I could be here. I want to be way up here. And then I determine, well, where is it that I want to be? And if I feel I can be up here, why on earth, or if I want to be up here, why would I want to settle for being somewhere in between? But all these spots are higher than where I'm at right now. So if I've got here, it's all done with the thinking that I've had up to this point, what I have learnt from the past. Now, if I have learnt new ways of thinking up to this point, then I will probably stand to grow a little bit more. But why do I want to stop? I want to keep learning to think new ways. And by thinking in new different ways, as the quote's saying, we can master. Well, I kind of have an issue with the term master because mastery of something generally takes a bit of time of doing it. Whereas if we're learning to think a different way, all we can master is become a master of learning. Doesn't mean we actually know everything, we just become a master of learning. So we keep learning more and therefore keep growing. So the mastering of a new way to be is that if I'm here and I'm learning and I keep learning, then I master, as far as the quote goes, how to learn more. Therefore, my being, which is the results that's up here of what I want to have or be or do or with learn in there, and even if I want to live. So all these things crop up in that space, and that's all under this whole be category, because I need to be something in the same way that you will need to be something different if you are expecting different results, which is taking stock of where you are and wanting to change that. And without being careful on that, we can also learn to be different and go down, but ideally we're all looking to go up. So anytime any of us learn, you and I together, we will build ourselves up. The whole purpose of learning is not to say that tomorrow I'm going to get this radically new piece of information that is just going to skyrocket me straight up. It's more the compounding of information. So for me, a lot of the books that I read typically have a lot of the same content in. Now, they are all written ever so slightly different, and so the stories that go along with the points and the learnings that are in there hit me in different ways. The way at which something's presented within the books, how the concept is taught, hits me in a different way. And that's what enables me to learn a little bit more or a little bit differently, or see that subject in a slightly different way. Well, all those things compounded increase my level of learning, compound the effect that it is on me of hearing a message over and over and over again. So there's parts of the journey that I've been on mentioned numerous times of compounding the information, of repetitiveness, keep the same thoughts going over. So positive affirmations, that's the whole point behind them, is that you or I would hear that message, that affirmation over and over and over again, then it starts to sink in. So with all these books and this content, it's the same thing. I read, I absorb, I watch, I get the content in multiple different ways, and I'm also getting it repetitively. So boom, 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 I keep learning. And that's the whole point, is now I become a different person once all this information sunk in, and I'm able to figure out how I can utilize it. And of course, the whole time I'm getting different information, because there's so much phenomenal information out in the world. We can just keep on learning. And sometimes it's not the learning, it's the conversations and the masterminding that comes from having conversations with people who are on a similar journey or at a similar place in life that you are. So with that, you must learn a new way, or learn a new way to master a new way to be. This is from Marianne Williamson and myself, Dave the Enlightened Plumber. Have yourself an awesome day. Think of where you want to be and what you might need to learn to get there. Take care. See you on the next one.